Have you ever, in your adult life, looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, wow, I thought I'd be further ahead by now? If you have, you're not alone. Hi, I'm Bellmann, and in this video, I'm going to share the strategies that I learned to cover that one thing to make sure you lean into your full potential. Look, I spent years running as fast as I could. Entrepreneurship was my gateway drug. I founded 4 companies to unlock a better life. And I did it. I became very successful. I made millions. I bought real estate. I spent summers in Europe and winters in Florida with my family. But I still did not see myself as a success. So why is it then that high achievers rarely feel the success that they dreamed of, no matter how much they achieve? And is it all worth it then? And what does it actually mean to be behind? In this video, I will give you the 5 reasons why you feel behind and how to deal with them to live the life that you want. Let's start with number 1. You're putting in as much time as you can, work, calls, meetings, family duties, and content, but the visible outputs, your bank balance, your revenue growth, your followers, your views, your happy wife and kids, they just lag behind. And this delay feels like falling behind. I call this instant result expectations. And here's how to deal with it. In the early days of Netflix and Instagram, these companies pioneered a method that delivered outstanding revenue growth without even focusing on revenue growth. And they were looking at 2 types of performance indicators. 1, lagging indicators, like your revenue, your bank balance, and followers, but then also leading indicators. For example, Instagram knew that once you sign up and you follow 10 people, you will stay with them forever. And Netflix knew back in the days when they were shipping DVDs that once you had 3 DVDs in your queue, you will stay with them forever. So what does it mean for today? Ship your landing page, publish your post, do that sales call. And once you do, results will follow. So step 1 to deal with instant result expectations is to shift from lagging to leading indicators. They're easier to control and create visible progress today, not 6 months later. And they drive your lagging indicators like revenue. Then, step 2, the brush your teeth mindset. If you want great teeth, you brush them every single day. You don't even care about it. You just brush. 0 effort. It's weird to not brush your teeth. So if you want a great business, you focus every day on your leading indicators until it feels weird to not do it. So do the call, make the post, delegate until it's weird to not make the post. And then use the progress scoreboard to create and foster this mindset. Use a simple visual tracker like your calendar or a whiteboard or Notion or even a sticky note on the wall, which is what I do. And then mark every day so that you stack the bricks up. And seeing that streak grows and builds your satisfaction and removes the feeling of nothing is happening. And then track your leading indicators daily or at least weekly, because you can achieve very little in a day, but a ton in a year or even a decade. So step 3. For years I thought I should celebrate once I've made it. Until then, I work hard, no excuses, doing the grind in the basement. And once I made it, I can have all the fun. But the real question is, how do I bring joy and play into today? Let me share a quick story. My family and I were in the car. We were late. My wife and I were arguing. Everyone was staring out of the window, but then my son made a silly sound and my daughter cracked up. And then he laughed because she laughed, and then she laughed louder, and within seconds we were all laughing hysterically. So we moved from shitty to super fun and joyous. Let's talk about state for a second. I've been to 3 Tony Robbins events where I practiced state. I know I can change my state within a snap. I don't even need a funny sound to feel outstanding. That reminded me so hard to just celebrate progress. Micro celebrate everything with a snap. Tidying my bed, awesome. Brushing my teeth, yay. Going to bed before midnight, woohoo. Sunset, sunrise, yes. Another day, another dawn. Build a celebration habit. Life is too short to be in a bad mood. So you shift it to leading indicators, you celebrate progress, but then you wake up and your to-do list is still growing faster than you can handle. And that brings us to reason number 2, why you feel behind. And I call this to-do list overload. So how to deal with to-do list overload? Number 1, everything is just a feed. Your to-dos are just a feed. It is key to get the number 1 item done, and that alone will make you successful. Therefore, if the rest of your to-dos doesn't get done, that's okay. And if you don't believe me, let me share a quick story. If I receive a really important email, I star it in my inbox, but then often I forget about it for 1 or 2 weeks. And when I then look at my starred messages, I realize even they don't matter 2 weeks later. I could have just ignored them in the first place. So life or death does not depend on these messages. They defocus you. Therefore, inbox 0 is BS. All to-dos completed is BS. And therefore, messages, emails, to-dos are just a feed. Identify and jump on number 1 item and ignore the rest. Number 2, your calendar is your CEO. I put everything in my calendar. It's key that my calendar is aligned with my goals to keep my focus. That's the only thing that matters. If I feel stressed out, it's because my calendar is overloaded. And here's what I did last time this happened. For every yes, I said 5 times no. I canceled anything where I couldn't add value. My note taker joins larger meetings, not me personally, and sends me a digest. And lastly, I cut meetings to 30 minutes and moved my routines to bi-weekly. Number 3. I often overestimate what can be done within a single day. So I work with weekly to-dos. That reduces stress to keep up. And every Monday morning, I start on a blank to-do page. So I have nothing to do. So again, this reduces stress to keep up because there's nothing to keep up. Okay, so you cut the overload, but then you open Instagram and someone else is crushing it. And suddenly you feel behind. That brings us to reason number 3. You compare yourself to what other people show you on Instagram or to an idolized version of yourself that does everything perfectly. And I call this subconscious comparisons. And here's how to deal with it. There's nothing worse than being hooked by your feed when it happens subconsciously while you're with your family, in a deep work session, or in a meeting. So I believe comparing yourself is important, but only when done consciously. So number 1, conscious comparing. Use the screen time feature on your phone, block apps, and time box your consumption. Become aware what you consume. With that, number 2, curate your feed. Only consume content that helps you with your goals. If you want to invest in real estate, your feed should be full of that. Block and unfollow any cat videos or whatever else is not relevant. See social media as business media and engage with the people that matter. So for number 3, I need to share a quick story. I've spoken with many billionaire entrepreneurs and creators with up to 50 million followers, living your dream life. But they're all humans, like you, with strengths and weaknesses, and they all cook with water in the end. So instead of getting starstruck or hating them, just ask yourself, which aspect of them could you repurpose for your own journey? Create proximity and connection to them, digital or in person, and be curious to learn. Therefore, the third one is comparing to connecting. All right, so you stop comparing and curate your inputs, but there's still another reason. And that brings us to reason number 4. It's not just about the hours that you work, but about the friction of moving between all the different things that you do. Switching between projects, then supporting a client, jumping on meetings to lead your direct reports, looking at your P&L to improve it, quickly paying salaries, scripting and filming content, get your partner present, then fix something in the house, driving the kids around, plus having quality conversations with them. Why? This is crazy. Every task switch eats capacity, so progress feels slower than it actually is. And I call this switching resets. And here is how to deal with it. You want to minimize switches. And here are my methods. Number 1. Calculate your hourly rate minus $1,022 per hour. So if the to-do is giving me a lower estimated return of $1,022 per hour, I don't do it. Well, that pisses off my wife because I don't take out the trash, but it makes sense. And she shouldn't either. Therefore, number 2, delegate anything below your hourly rate. Others can just do it better and for less than your hourly rate. And it reduces context switches again. And number 3, context priority post-its. So make sure that if you do context switches, you get back on speed quickly. I have a wall of post-its that gives me context to get on speed quickly. Just look at the post-its, bam, 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 and I'm back on speed. And number 4, the no switch timer. Use a Pomodoro timer like this one, or your calendar, or any sort of device that reminds you in your face that you are not allowed to switch context. No switches until the countdown timer hits 0. So even when you reduce context switches, delegate, and protect deep work, there's still one more reason, and it's the most dangerous of them all, which is number 5. So you say, once I sign this deal, raise this round, launch this product, close this client, then life will be so much better. But each win, new client, big launch, first million, funding round, new car, or property immediately creates the next set of challenges. Because your goalpost is always moving, and that's the nature of life. I call this if-then thinking. You know that life is a journey, not a destination, so you have to elevate your thinking. And here's how to deal with it. Number 1, finish line 2 levels. Every milestone just unlocks the next level of the game. There's always another next level. And honestly, who wants game over? The fact that the game never ends is what makes life so exciting. Number 2, there is no if-then, there's only now. I did a race to Mongolia by car in 2011, passing through 26 countries. The race was zero about reaching Mongolia. The journey made it exciting. Making it to the finish line actually felt saddening. Number 3, bake joy in. So you know that failure gives you the best opportunities to learn and progress. Therefore, there is no failure. Only success or learning. Let me share a cool story with you. I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat. And I learned the art of equanimity, the strangest word I've ever heard. This word means to stay balanced whether things go right or wrong. And that was the weird thing. Once I stopped clinging to the highs or fighting the lows, a ton of joy and positive energy showed up. Not because my life got easier, but because I stopped fighting. So if you want to cry for joy, do a 10-day Vipassana retreat. And number 4, here and now. As a kid, I wanted to be older. Old people talk about the old days and they want to be younger. But there's only the here and now. So focus on quality time, serve and help others, appreciate, be grateful. It is really tough to feel shit whenever it's not about you. So why do high achievers like you rarely feel successful? It is not that you are actually behind. You are stuck in one of these 5 mental traps. Reframe them to break them and you stop chasing and start living. If you want to know which of these 5 reasons is holding you back the most, I built a quick self-discovery test to help you find out exactly that and how to deal with it. So click the link in the description below. And if you want a deep dive to calculate what your hourly rate should be, then check out this video right here.